Proverbs chapter 14, the path of wisdom and the folly of fools. Proverbs chapter 14 is a rich tapestry of wisdom that contrasts two distinct paths in life, the way of wisdom and righteousness, and the way of folly and wickedness. Though the chapter is composed of individual proverbs, it holds together around this central theme. The choices a person makes reflect the condition of their heart and ultimately determine the course and outcome of their life. The chapter opens with an image of a wise woman building her house, while a foolish one tears it down with her own hands. This verse sets the tone for what follows. Wisdom is constructive, while foolishness is self-destructive. Throughout the chapter, Solomon emphasizes that those who fear the Lord and live uprightly are walking in wisdom, but those who are deceitful or proud show they despise God. The fear of the Lord is presented not only as a spiritual attitude but as a practical foundation for daily living, leading to confidence, protection, and life. A repeated theme in this chapter is the power of speech. Words, whether used wisely or foolishly, have significant consequences. The wise use their lips to preserve themselves and others, while the fool's prideful speech brings harm. This idea is connected to the value of truth, as seen in the praise of the faithful witness and the condemnation of lies and deceit. Honesty is not just a moral virtue, it is a matter of life and death. Another major thread is discernment, particularly in relationships and decision-making. The wise person is careful about who they spend time with, avoiding the company of fools who lack knowledge. They examine their own path and are cautious, whereas the simple believe anything and act rashly. Wisdom involves thoughtful living, considering one's steps and avoiding evil. Conversely, foolishness is often accompanied by quick temper, pride, and recklessness. The internal life of a person is also explored. Proverbs 14 acknowledges that joy and sorrow often coexist, and that each heart knows its own pain and happiness. Outward expressions can be misleading, laughter may hide grief. This nuanced understanding of the human condition adds depth to the otherwise practical tone of the Proverbs. Even the contrast between the house of the wicked and the tent of the upright points to the idea that lasting security comes not from wealth or appearance, but from righteousness. Society and community are not neglected in this chapter. The way people treat others, especially the poor, is a direct reflection of their view of God. To oppress the poor is to insult the Creator, while mercy to the needy honors him. Solomon also highlights how a nation is affected by the character of its people. Righteousness elevates a nation, while sin brings disgrace. In this way, wisdom is not just personal, it is communal and national. The rewards of wisdom include more than just moral superiority. They include tangible benefits. Labor brings profit, patience leads to understanding, a calm heart gives life to the body, and the wise receive favor even from rulers. In contrast, laziness, envy, impulsiveness, and evil intentions lead to poverty, destruction, and disgrace. Ultimately, Proverbs 14 teaches that there is a way that seems right to a person, but its end is death. This sobering truth calls for humility. Human reasoning, apart from divine wisdom, can be dangerously deceptive. True life is found in aligning one's thoughts, actions, and relationships with the wisdom that comes from fearing the Lord. In summary, this chapter offers a powerful reminder that every choice, whether in speech, action, or attitude, leads somewhere. It invites the reader to pursue the path of wisdom, not merely for success or approval, but because it is the path of life. In contrast, the way of folly, though it may offer short-term gratification or seem harmless, leads ultimately to ruin. Thus, Proverbs 14 stands as both a warning and a guidepost, calling each person to consider the path they are walking and to choose the way that leads to life.
Chapter 14. The wise woman builds her house, but the foolish pulls it down with her hands. He who walks in his uprightness fears the Lord, but he who is perverse in his ways despises him. In the mouth of a fool is a rod of pride, but the lips of the wise will preserve them. Where no oxen are, the trough is clean, but much increase comes by the strength of an ox. A faithful witness does not lie, but a false witness will utter lies. A scoffer seeks wisdom and does not find it, but knowledge is easy to him who understands. Go from the presence of a foolish man, when you do not perceive in him the lips of knowledge. The wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way, but the folly of fools is deceit. Fools mock at sin, but among the upright there is favor. The heart knows its own bitterness, and a stranger does not share its joy. The house of the wicked will be overthrown, but the tent of the upright will flourish. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. Even in laughter the heart may sorrow, and the end of mirth may be grief. The backslider in heart will be filled with his own ways, but a good man will be satisfied from above. The simple believes every word, but the prudent considers well his steps. A wise man fears and departs from evil, but a fool rages and is self-confident. A quick-tempered man acts foolishly, and a man of wicked intentions is hated. The simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. The evil will bow before the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous. The poor man is hated even by his own neighbor, but the rich has many friends. He who despises his neighbor sins, but he who has mercy on the poor, happy is he. Do they not go astray who devise evil? But mercy and truth belong to those who devise good. In all labor there is profit, but idle chatter leads only to poverty. The crown of the wise is their riches, but the foolishness of fools is folly. A true witness delivers souls, but a deceitful witness speaks lies. In the fear of the Lord there is strong confidence, and his children will have a place of refuge. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, to turn one away from the snares of death. In a multitude of people is a king's honor, but in the lack of people is the downfall of a prince. He who is slow to wrath has great understanding, but he who is impulsive exalts folly. A sound heart is life to the body, but envy is rottenness to the bones. He who oppresses the poor reproaches his Maker, but he who honors him has mercy on the needy. The wicked is banished in his wickedness, but the righteous has a refuge in his death. Wisdom rests in the heart of him who has understanding, but what is in the heart of fools is made known. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. The king's favor is toward a wise servant, but his wrath is against him who causes shame.